Hi there. It's been nearly 2 years since the fusion of S1, L5 and F4. S1, L5 and L4. Thought I'd give everyone who's interested an update. So it's been up and down throughout the 2 years. Been times when I felt pretty good and not really forgotten about it, but been able to live a normal life. And then some not so good times where I had some pretty bad pain and had some time off work as well. I am working. Started about 15 months ago, um, and at the moment I'm working full time. So that's the positive side. Um, so after the operation, until about 18 months ago, I could sit down at work for longest periods, with breaks, of course, getting up every 45 minutes, an hour at the most, um, going out for lunch and sort of lying down in the park or something occasionally if the pain was a bit too much. But yeah, managing work and managing a social life. And then it seemed to be, well, I suppose there were other factors, but it seemed to be as a result of cleaning the kitchen and cleaning the oven. One day, later that day, I was walking and turned and I suddenly felt this really strong pain, and it was very reminiscent of when I first had the problem. Almost sort of got stuck there, scared to move. Anyway, following that, at work, each day it was harder and harder, and the pain was getting worse and worse. And in the end, a few weeks later, I had to go off work because I just couldn't sit down for the required amount of time. Still can't. Um, Luckily, work were very good about it, very understanding. After about 5 weeks, I went back, but working standing up now. I work in an office, work in IT. So I work standing up, but I've got a little sort of like a bar stool behind me, so I support myself on that and then stand up, support myself, stand up. So it's kind of every 2-3 minutes or even less than changing position, and that really helps. And once or twice a day at work, I stretch as well. I go to a little room and do my stretches and little exercises. And well, managing it basically. Um, as far as treatment's concerned, I'm having acupuncture, which really helps to relax. I come out feeling brand new. The occasional osteopath appointment, who basically adjusts the cervical um, area and the thorax area. It doesn't really touch the lumbar because that's obviously quite fixed. So I'm doing sort of light abdominal exercises and lumbar exercises, so sort of very, very small light crunches, bicycle motions lying on the floor, and what else? Oh yeah, and what I call sort of Superman pose, where you sort of get on all fours and then stretch one arm out and the opposing leg, and repeat that sort of 30, 40 times, and then do the opposite one. And I swim about 3 times a week as well, mostly almost always backstroke, but occasional length crawl. So yeah, I've got pain every day, but it's manageable. The last few weeks I've been taking very few painkillers. I've got adacoxia when it's bad. It's still much better than before the operation. The last time I saw the surgeon, he said that the problem now could be between L3 and L4. So the disc presumably having similar problems to the other ones. I spoke to a friend a doctor friend who suspected it might be some sort of genetic problem with the discs. Anyway, whatever it is, might have to have a similar operation in the future for that part as well. But for the moment, I think the best course is just to keep doing what I'm doing, the non-invasive treatments, and enjoy life as best I can. I can't travel long distances because I can't really sit down for long enough. Although train isn't so bad because you can get up and walk about. So it depends on where and for how long. I can't do any running sports or ride a motorbike or anything like that. Don't clean the bath or the oven anymore, and I don't lift anything heavy, obviously. But apart from that, I can have a fairly decent lifestyle at the moment. So all in all, the operation was worth it, but pretty much accepted that probably not going to be anywhere near 100% anytime in the near future, or possibly ever. Not sure. Anyway, sorry for the long gap between the previous video and this one, but been fairly busy. And I suppose if you're considering having this operation, then my advice would be to make sure you get 2 or 3 different opinions from different surgeons, and make sure you've exhausted all the possible sort of physio and training regimes that you can possibly do, because afterwards it doesn't really get any easier. You might have less pain, but you've still got to do the same thing. So it's worth being in shape first. Okay, write to me with any questions if you want, and good luck to everyone. Cheers. Bye.